From the Visa Spotlight Studio at the Toronto International Film Festival, it's Red Carpet Diary. Now, one of the most intriguing film titles ever for a documentary has to be Far Out Isn't Far Enough. It's the story of a true iconoclast, Tomi Ungerer. Joining me is the film's director, Bernstein. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about how you discovered Tomi. I know you read about him in a newspaper article, but tell me, what about him made you think, oh yeah, I can spend 3 years of my life chasing around the world after this guy and dealing with him, because that's a huge commitment.
It is, and I think it was the way he tells stories. If you read the article that I read, or really anything with him in print, or see anything with him on video, everything he says kind of has an edge to it. Yeah. And so we kind of knew right when we saw that. I said, that could be a beautiful film.
I have the full respect of a piece of white paper, which I then shall rape with my drawing or my writing. When I draw, it's a real need. It's a kind of need like you have to go to the toilet, it's got to go out.
Well, if you look at his resume, there's children's book illustrator, which, he's probably most famous for, but also he did porn. He's a political agitator. I mean, he's
as he likes to say, erotica, not porn.
Okay, yeah. But it's funny, throughout the movie, he says things that do kind of grab you. You have this, I guess, idea of what a children's book illustrator should be like, and it's more Mr. Rogers than it is Tomi Ungerer. And he says, you don't need Berlitz when you have a knife to your throat to learn German, during the Nazi occupation and stuff. And I just wonder about dealing with him on a day-to-day basis, because he seems like maybe a difficult subject. In some ways.
Very much so, and I think he would admit that himself. He can be extremely intellectual, like when he says a line like that, the Berlitz line, and then completely like a child.
If I meet a woman, she doesn't have to have specific physical looks or things like this. This doesn't really matter. Of course, if she's got a nice behind, so much the better. Then I can draw it.
Now, what do you hope people take away from this film?
I think people are going to take away a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's that you can confront your fears.
A lot of my life's anxieties go back to fear of the war. 4 years under the Nazis, you cannot get rid of that. There's no way. I've experienced the war, so that made me really allergic. I just feel I have to do something about it.
It goes back to his experience with the Nazis. You fight tyranny with wit,
right.
And
his political posters
that
exactly
he did
right. Later on during the Vietnam War.
Absolutely. I mean, he followed that through his entire life.
My Vietnam posters, I did them all one day in a total state of anger.
And that's part of what we hope people will take away from it. It's, face your fears and address them head on, and Tomi really has done that.
Great. Brad, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.